With the continuation, that Craftsman slide hammer kit has a setup where you can do it three arms on it or 2 arms on it. So I just used the 2, and it's pulling that race right off. We're just trying to find some scrap stuff that would go right around, that would fit right on the face of that, and I found an old gear. And then I had to cut a piece of scrap angle iron and set that underneath that. And all right, here we are. We have a nice free wheel hub and a free race. And you just keep all these little items together that you used to do that stuff. So next time around, you'll be able to go right to it. Okay, there we go. We got the gold bearing back in there. So with a hub in here. Gotta see how we do here. Okay, got the lower control arm in there on the lower ball joint, and I got the nut on here. Still got to torque it. Good old 180 foot-pounds. All right, we're all done. I just gotta get the lug nuts on here, all nice and tight. Torque that to 180 foot-pounds. It appears she's might have an inner tie rod. I don't know. The steering wheel isn't locked either, so I don't know. But it's not too loose. But other than that, just be careful of that anti-skid. I don't know. We're gonna find out whether we have issues with that anti-skid pickup on here. We'll find out down the road. If you can get that out of there, get it out of there before you start using the bearing tamer. Guess that's about it. It'd be nice to have a something to go on here so it can rotate. I don't know. The other thing is just put some grease on here so it'll slide, because it definitely flattens that out. I'm sure that's a pretty soft metal, being something that comes from China. Keep all your when you're putting this on there with the tamer, you use some old bolts on here. Looks like it's got whacked pretty good at one time. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. Make sure you're using not using the ones that you're putting back on here, because it will screw up your mushroom. Let's get these on here, and we're getting those tightened out. Whoop, wait a minute. Got a spare. She's got a locking. She's got a locker here. There we go. So other than that, we got a variety. Somebody had a variety of lug nuts. Okay, so these are all the ones. All right, so that's where we're at. I just got to get everything together. And that hammer, the Craftsman slide hammer kit, worked really well. Even getting the inner race off of the hub. So definitely paid for itself. So, hey, Dana here. Welcome to my vlog. Well, we're back to my daughter's 010 Jeep Compass. She came back to me and said anti-skid. She don't have anti-skid or power or cruise control. Well, I was afraid of that because of the fact when I put the bearing in, I could not get the anti-skid sensor out. So I did my best. Unfortunately today, of course, it was broken. So what I did is I drilled down through the plastic, little plastic shaft, and then I put this screw down in there, and I used the slide hammer, and it came out with no particular issue. So now we'll wait and see. Hopefully when I got the new one on order, and hopefully that'll slide right down there in there, and we won't have any issues. So that's where I'm at this point. I gotta get the wiring disconnected from up there. I figured I'd get her over here before I got the piece here. So then all I gotta do is slide it down. If you can't get that thing out of there, you gotta pull your rotor off of there, and then drive shaft out of there, and then you gotta come up through the bottom. So, but I found that the slide hammer worked the best. And finish up on this anti-skid issue that she's got on this 010 Jeep Compass. The other day, as that last video you saw, I pulled it out. There's your hole right there. Unfortunately, pretty sure it was damaged when I put the bearing in, because I could not get that out when I was doing it. So all of a sudden she has an anti-skid, and she's got no cruise control. So let's get this back in here and pray that the bearing in there is not damaged. Okay, here's what the new one looks like, and then it's going to go in there and sit just like that, because your lock bolt is going to lock it in. This is facing out on your bearing and the magnetic ring. This goes up through the hole right here, and then gets connected to the cannon plug up there. You've got a bracket, and that one's going right. Let's see. Okay, yep. That one's going. This one here will go right here, and then your bottom one is going to go right there. And those are 13. Those are 13 millimeter. Okay, here we are. Got my 10 millimeter bolt. I had to drill that out, because it broke off, and I had to drill the little piece out, push that in. It's 13 millimeter here, 13 millimeter here. You got a little push, another push pin goes in the firewall there, and then just push that in, and that locks your cable. So there we are. Now I got to go up top and plug it in, and we'll hope for the best here. Okay, that plug is right down there, and then we're going to plug them together here and see what we get. Okay, let's see what happens here. Got her installed. Let's see if everything goes out. Anti-skid light is still on. I may have to reset it. May take a little bit for that to record. All right. So right now it's not working. Get my. Okay, I just reset it, and this is what our code says right now. And no ABS, and there's no ABS light on the dash. So we'll take it for a drive. Hopefully it stays out, and it'll be fixed. All right, let's finish this one up. Took it for a ride real quick, and you can see she has no lights on her dash. Also, I checked the cruise control, and it works fine. And I feel the brakes kicking back at me, probably because she's been running without anti-skid, without the pump, for a week. So I'm thinking that'll probably clean itself up now that the pump has has to be working again. So anyway, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, definitely share. You can catch me on the next Dana Crosby's Garage.